What's going on, guys? It's your boy. What's your excuse? Welcome back. You know what it is. Let's get right into this video, baby. I'm going to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis this weekend in Atlanta against Yuriorkis GAMBOA. It's going to be, pretty good fight, I think. Yeah, excuse the background. Got the horse and this bad backboard or whatever in the back. I don't really have time. I'm kind of in a rush today. Gonna surprise my girl, take her to go see this movie Cats. Not really too excited about it, but whatever makes her happy. So yeah, let's get into this video, man. So I wanted to wait till after the weigh-in, see what kind of Tank we got. As you guys may know, Tank missed weight, but he was able to make it within the hour. So the fight's still on, the title fight's still on, and he wasn't penalized, okay? This is not the first time Tank misses weight, so a lot of people are going to say he's unprofessional, he doesn't respect the sport, he's unprofessional, it could be a mix of things, it could be a mix of the scales being different. He only missed it by 1 pound, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say it was something with the scales. If it was 2, 3, 4 pounds, then I'll be like, okay, he was a little bit disrespectful or unprofessional, but it was 1 pound. What I did think was a little bit disrespectful, if you guys go watch the weigh-ins and stuff, is he goes and pushes off GAMBOA. I don't know if he's trying to get into GAMBOA's head, or he was just irritated for trying to lose that last pound, or he was just trying to sell the fight. We don't know that. Only they know that. And and backstage. But back to the fight, man. Tank's 25. He's had a pretty good, opposition, or I guess he's gotten the best opposition he could get from the side of the track that he's in, with Al Heyman, Mayweather, and PVC. Okay, let me pull up Tank's stuff, and if you really notice, man, they've been moving Tank pretty quick. They've kept him active. He's fighting 2015 5 times, 2016 he slowed down twice, but right now 2017 3, and then again he slowed down 2018 once, 2019 3. So there's like 1 year 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. Hopefully that stops 2020 and he fights consistently at least 3 times. That could also due to his maturity. As a promoter, you're investing a lot of money on these guys. You're investing a lot of your time. And if you see that they're not there, man, that they're not dedicated, it's hard for you to go and invest all your energy into the guy that's not fully dedicated into sport. Because once they lose, boxing's a brutal sport, man. You lose once, you're garbage. Nobody wants you. So that's why these promoters and managers, they got to hold on to that, there's no tomorrow, at least in this day and era. Back in the day, man, people could lose 2, 3 times and it made no difference, man. People will still support you. But these days with the social media, people could be harsh. But, if you go back to Tank's record, he's moving up right now to fight this fight at 135. He's been at 130, okay? I would say his most noticeable win is when he TK'd Jose Pedraza, which was also undefeated when they fought him. Pedraza was 22-0, and Pedraza's a pretty good, respectable name and fighter. Does Tank have that other big name on his record? No, but at least he comes in and does what he's supposed to do to these guys, and is, TKO him or knock him out, or, get him out of there quick, okay? So all his fights, have been explosive. He's got 21 KOs out of 22 fights. So at least he's going in there and he's not letting these guys linger around. So now I think this is a good fight for Tank. We're going to see what he brings to the table with Gamboa. They're about the same size, height-wise, body structure. Tank's a pretty big guy. He's not the one that's fully moving up because Tank does blow up in between fights. And Gamboa is naturally also the smaller guy that came up when he fought Terrence Crawford. So Gamboa is not a big guy either. It's like Tank's not coming in there with some guy that's a weight bully, okay? We got Gamboa, 30 fights, 18 knockouts. He's got 2 losses. People are going to bring up the fact that he's 38. He is a little bit out there with his age. I mean, he is a gold Olympian, and you got to respect these Cuban fighters, man. These guys have been fighting, and they put in that work since they were little kids. One thing that I don't think people are noticing, man, is that Gamboa actually beat Orlando Solido at 130, and this is the guy that beat Lomachenko. And I think, some people argue that he was beating Mikey Garcia until the headbutt came in. And they were able to take it to the scorecards. So, Orlando Solido is a respectable name. He's fought Darles Perez too. He's got Crawford in his resume. He's got Jason Sosa in his resume too, which fought Lomachenko. He with that fight with Solido, he beat him by unanimous decision. So, Gamboa's got good boxing skills. He's very skillful. He's got that, Cuban school of boxing. I can't predict who's gonna win, man. I like both guys. I think both guys are tremendous workers. I just wish Davis, in between fights, he would stay focused. Hopefully now with his new kid, he's able to stay more focused and stay out of trouble and not blowing up so much, staying more active. With Gamboa, man, just like any immigrant that comes to this country in America, you get taken advantage of. And a lot of boxers do too, whether you're an immigrant or not. Remember, the boxing is a sport where you have nothing. And anytime you could get a little bit, you're willing to take it, man. Gamboa has had a lot of bad deals throughout his career. He had that whole fiasco with 50 Cent, and he was out of the ring for a while. Let me pull up his stuff. Yeah, see, Gamboa in 2011 had 2 fights, and then look at this. 2012, 1 fight. 2013, 1 fight. And then he jumped, and he had that loss against Crawford. So, in 2014, so think about this, man. Gamboa, before he fought Crawford, in that 2-year span, he had only fought twice. He was out a whole year before he took on Crawford, and he still gave Crawford a good run for his money. And Gamboa is naturally the little guy coming up. Crawford's about 5'9". Gamboa is like 5'4", maybe pushing it 5'5", and he was naturally the way smaller guy coming up. Crawford, he's the bigger guy, man. So Gamboa knew he was in there for the paycheck. Obviously, he's gonna fight. He's behind off and try to win. But we all knew, man, the weight difference. There's levels to this, man, and the weight difference and the height difference was gonna make a big difference because Crawford is no scrub. Crawford's very skillful. Now, if Gamboa was going up in weight, fighting somebody that wasn't as skillful as Crawford, then, we could say, okay, that's about even. The fight evens out because one's bigger and the other one's a little bit more skillful. Just like when Canelo fought Smith for the, not Smith, when Canelo fought that guy from England, I forget his name off the top of my head. I believe that was at 168 when he knocked, he hit him in the stomach and got him to stop the fight from that body shot. The guy from England, he was the bigger guy, but he ain't had no skills, man. Canelo was a smaller guy moving up, but he was the more skillful fighter. Same thing with Gamboa, man. Gamboa had no business being in there with Crawford. But nonetheless, man, after the 2014, fight that he had with Crawford. He's had his ups and downs, but he's been more active, okay? 2015 had one fight. 2016 didn't fight at all, but this is what's important. Since 2017, he's had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's fought 4 times in 2017, and then again, only once in 2018. And then he fought Roman Martinez in 2019, and then now for the second time, he's gonna fight Davis. So you guys see, this guy's too inconsistent, man. Like, he'll go 1 year, 3, 4 fights, then 1 whole year out, then he comes and has 1 fight, and then he'll fight 4 times again. Like, you can't do that, man. You gotta keep your body going. And I understand, man. I'm not anybody to judge the guy. I know he's gone through a lot of issues with staying with one trainer, having the correct management, the correct promoter, and people taking care of his career and having the best outlook on his future. And I know, man, with this boxing stuff, it's hard. It's hard to have somebody that's gonna be there by your side and is willing not to steal from you or rob you and has the best interest for your future. But that doesn't always happen. Anyways, man, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys Gamboa has what it takes at 38? I know people are gonna bring up the age, and if Tank does beat him, they're gonna say he beat up an old fighter and an active fighter. So that's just is a double-sided sword, man. It's always a lose-lose when you're a fighter. Then if Gamboa beats Tank, they're probably gonna say he was moving up. He didn't make weight. He always blows up in between fights, and he was drained. So there's always going to be issues that are going to be brought up. But I mean, let me know down below what you guys think. If you guys think Gamboa is going to win, how is he going to win? Is it going to be the unanimous decision? Is it going to be, a knockout? Crawford does say that Gamboa has good power in his hands. We don't know how Davis is going to react once he feels that power. Then again, Davis is a very, very aggressive fighter. He likes to come forward and he likes to hunt. So we got to see how Gamboa fights going backwards. I think Gamboa needs to stand there, trade a little bit with him and move, frustrate him. Gamboa has very, very good boxing skills, man. Don't underestimate this guy. He has a ton of amateur fights. He's a gold Olympian for a reason. And he gave the bigger man Crawford a run for his money for a reason. I'm curious to see how Davis does as the rounds go. Is he going to get frustrated? Is he going to, settle down and not get frustrated if he's not getting the punches that he wants to get in there? The undercards for this fight, man, they're amazing. I'm excited, bro. I can't wait till tomorrow, baby. Yee! You got Badu Jack and Jean Pascal. That's gonna be an amazing fight, man. Those guys always they're always brawlers. I'm a huge Jose Uzcategui fan. He's gonna fight Lionel Thompson. Hopefully Uzcategui could come back from that loss against Plant. And of course, man, nonetheless, a good buddy of mine, Ahmed El Viali, is fighting, what's his name, Brian Barra. That's going to be a good fight too, because, my boy comes to brawl. I hope everybody tunes in, man, at Showtime tomorrow, Saturday. I'm out. Peace. What's your excuse, baby? Don't make excuses. Peace, guys.